Aries, this is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Aries, let's get right into your reading. Okay, talking to you wherever Aries is in your birth chart. Happy full strawberry moon in Sagittarius. That's right, full moon. We had a full moon in Ophiuchus. Well, it was 100% illuminated, right? So it's waning gibbous moon in Ophiuchus, but now it is in Sagittarius. And so pay attention to parts of your body that it affects when the moon is moving through these zodiac signs. Okay. So, yeah, you want to pay attention to your body in the physical realm because a lot of people are carrying gifts and talents that they don't even realize they have, and your body can be very telling of that, right? So, let's get into it. I am valued by my community. I am a source inside of you. So, let's get into your reading. Let's get into your reading, Aries. Talking to you, your first house. Your first house. That's what I'm talking to, your first house. So doesn't matter what your zodiac sign is, right? Your sun, moon, rising, Venus, but wherever Aries is in your birth chart, Aries just happens to rule first house. First house is all about your personality, your temperament, your appearance, your self-image, your first impression, self-awareness, outlook on life. So that's what I'm speaking to in your reading here. So this moon in Sagittarius is all about truth, wisdom, expansion, freedom, adventure, and higher purpose. It encourages you to break free from limitations, seek greater meaning, and align you with personal truth, right? And so just kind of sort of like your, you know, um, your personality, your temperament, like, getting better acquainted with Mars, right? So find out what your sign is in Mars, find out what your first house is. Let's get right into it. So, first question, the source is what truth is Aries being called to face or express right now? What truth is Aries being called to face or express right now, source? All right, Aries. Hopefully you all are having a great day. Hopefully you all, if it's sunny out where you are, hopefully you got getting out and getting some sun, letting your toes touch the grass and hugging some trees, inhaling, exhaling some fresh air. I know somebody's like, fresh air. where's where's the fresh air? Imagine it, okay? Just imagine it. Here we have La Luna, right? The moon, right? So um So, what truth are you being called to face or express? And some kind of secrets, right? Your 12th house. Find out what you're called to is your secrets, whatever. 12th house is about spirituality, addiction, psychic ability, healing, solitude, endings, world service, secrets, emotions. So, find out what your sign is in 12th house because somebody does have psychic abilities, and I feel like somebody could be afraid of their psychic abilities. And why? But why are you afraid of your psychic abilities? I feel like somebody's ancestors have made a lot of sacrifices for you to inherit those psychic abilities. um if you heard things like, oh, I had a dream about fish, or if numbers are important to you, then why are numbers are important to you? If there's light and dark side, duality to everything, light and dark side to numbers. Like uh, this, I had a dream about a number. That's psychic ability. Okay, the number hits. If you play numbers, and that number hits, so you played a lotto or something like that, and the number hits, and all of a sudden, and you're, giving people money, all of a sudden, people are going to want to know, did you have a dream about a number? If you don't hit, then that's your loss. It's like, okay, so anyway, um what outdated beliefs or philosophies is Aries ready to release? Right. Yeah. That maybe your psychic abilities are something that's demonic or evil. Yeah. So you are valued by your community because somebody does, like, you have gifts, right? Yeah. Yeah. Outdated. You are unique. Somebody just slap a sash on you and say, hey, this person looks better than you, whatever. Okay, that's beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I'm talking to men and women. There is no one like you. That's the truth. That is the absolute truth. There is no one like you. So we can go ahead and put it into that argument. That's not even an argument. There's no the number 7. Source made that so. You have the creator inside of you. A lot of your wishes are being fulfilled. So it's like, is somebody trying to compete and compare? They don't. They don't compete and compare. So in certain environments where there's maybe drinking going on, other spirits. Remember, 7 of Cups is also the devil is in the details. Somebody could have had a couple of drinks. There was another spirit that took over. Somebody could have been on medication. Another spirit took over. They could have been around a bunch of toxic energies. Another spirit took over. Whatever. So, but can people compete and compare? No. A lot of your wishes are being fulfilled. So, I mean, yeah. Yeah. Could have been 2 of somebody's exes from the past. I mean, they're X for a reason. Pull out your sword, XX. They're X for a reason. And that's not even to be like cold or whatever, but somebody is like carrying that. The reason why I put up extra videos, I put a bonus video up for Ophiuchus for a reason, right? So Ophiuchus sits right in between. We had a moon in Scorpio, which is a death card. One of Scorpio's ruling planets, the judgment card, is currently retrograde, I believe, until October 24th, right? So the judgment card, that's Pluto, outermost planet, right? It's a generational planet. So generationally, this has been going on in somebody's family for generations. Who looks the best? Who has the longest hair, shortest hair? Is that really your hair, not your hair? Who's the slimmest? Who has the lighter complexion or darkest complexion? Who has the slimmest nose or the widest nose? Biggest lips, smallest lips? Who has the best smile? Who has the best this and that? Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. A lot of your wishes are being fulfilled. So it's like, stop the madness. For real, stop the madness. You don't even need to be at an impasse. When people are in your ear competing, comparing you with somebody else, so it's like that's when you can, hey, compare you with an ex, stop the conversation right there. Whether somebody is saying you look better than or they look better than, that's the end of the conversation. That's the end. Whether you're a man or woman, that's the end of the conversation. There is no comparison. There's no competition whatsoever. Because what's the reason? What's the reason? Somebody trying to compare your kids, trying to compare your ex or your kids or your the new person to your ex. What is the reason? Like, for real, what's the purpose? There is none. Like, I mean, somebody is still come on like this. Somebody is still like in this. They're using their creativity for the wrong things. Like, somebody is still in this stuck at between the ages of 8 years old and 14 years old. And I'm not saying this to be funny, but somebody is still kind of stuck in that stage. Like when they go into the 7th house and the 9th house. 7th house is all about marriage, relationships, partnerships, business, contracts, inner desires, and also enemies. So I say, don't be an enemy to yourself by staying in relationship with these types of energies. The devil is in the details. This is where the scales should be coming off somebody's eyes. Um, don't do an injustice to yourself. Libra is the justice card, right? Rule 7th house. See this number 7 right here is written out. So it's saying, don't do an injustice to yourself, staying connected to energies who are comparing you, like somebody put a sash across your chest and then entered you into a beauty contest when you didn't even know you was in one. Like, okay, you didn't sign up for that. And you woke up looking fabulous that day. You didn't even know that you was in a beauty contest until somebody started comparing you to somebody. It's like, okay, now wait a minute. When did you sign up for this? You didn't, right? So number 9 is situation, meaning go back into hermit mode. This, you got better things to do. 9 is the 9th house is Sagittarius. That's higher education, philosophy, law, religion, travel, ethics, morals, personal beliefs, spiritual beliefs. So it's like you're just raise the frequency. It's nothing to talk about. Somebody trying to compare you to an ex, raise the frequency, child. Number 9 is situation. It's a wrap. You're not even trying to create space for that. 9 is a creative number. Somebody was determined to compare you with somebody else. Listen, that's the end of the conversation. End of conversation. Yep. Knight of Cups. Yep. So But here's another thing too, is that source is trying to help you to, here's the Knight of Cups here. Um, so somebody could have been talking about somebody, right? But because somebody could have been blindsided. So it's two sides to this. Somebody could have been talking about someone, but they could have been wanting you to kind of sort of sift through something and read between some lines. So I'm talking to first house, okay? No matter where Aries is in your birth chart, whatever your first house is, I'm talking to your first house, right? So somebody assumed that you would be jealous, but you shut something down instantly. Like, okay, you shut something down instantly. That's how somebody sent some spell work back. The scales immediately fell from your eyes when somebody started comparing you to somebody else. It's like, okay, that's the end of that. You number nine, the situation. Um, really, what somebody was wanting you to do, they wanted you to save them from something. They were in a poisonous environment. There could have been a lot of drinking or something going on. So, but here's the thing: some of you all knowing, listening to the vibration of sound, and if you're high vibrational Aries, wherever first house is, whatever your sign is in your first house, if you're high vibrational, you picked up on the vibration and immediately went into prayer warrior mode. Because Aries rules first house, you immediately went to prayer warrior mode, right? Remember, time is relative, and that prayer warrior mode went in. That sent out message across bodies of water to help to the Creator, to help to save someone, right? Somebody was in the company of two energies where there was a very poisonous environment, right? That's why it's important to know when you're in an environment when people are starting to, trying to create this, using their time to create chaos and confusion, that you learn how to read between the lines. If somebody figured you weren't coming back, might figure you weren't coming back to something. That's again number nine. Nine might figure you were in hermit mode and that you weren't coming back to something, right? hmm So you're praying for someone's strength. You're staying focused and praying for someone's strength. But somebody has some two energies has somebody in survival mode. Two energies from your past has somebody in survival mode, but somebody did go straight into prayer warrior mode. This is the God card. Went straight to God in prayer warrior mode. So X is not always ex love interest. X could be ex family members you don't talk to anymore. It could be ex friends, ex whomever. Somebody figured you weren't coming back, so somebody put somebody in survival mode. How can Aries expand their spiritual understanding or practice? Spiritual understanding is just again in this year nine, go into hermit mode. Right here, we're talking about the polarity of this moon card. Um, Polarity of the strength card, polarity in this God card, which is your card here. The polarity is get in relationship with energies who use their time to create, to enlighten people, versus being around energies who keep people in the dark, who use dark moon magic. You want to get around energies who enlighten people about things that you can do during full moon. Like I created some, like some things around moon, the moon, full moon, like we're in full moon now. Like you can do divination, you can harvest herbs at this time. They're easier to dry. You can also make moon water to drink or spell work. Words are spells, right? Speak life over something. Praying for people, who are trying to send you a message. If they sound like they're inebriated and that's not the norm for somebody, they could be trying to tell you something. So if you're rushing and racing around and you're like, just tell me what's going on. What's going on? They trying to speak between the line. They don't have that much time to talk, click. And you, well, they didn't say anything. Well, I'm just going off, bouncing around, just flying around and just not hearing something. Source is saying that's when somebody has to get into prayer mode. Somebody was asking for some kind of prayer away from two energies. Um, who just blindsided someone because somebody figured you weren't coming back to something, but you don't need to physically come back when you got prayer. Source is there. People's arms are too short to box with God. You can also use a full moon to make protective amulets. You can also cleanse and charge tools under the moonlight. Full moon is a time for intuition and creativity, but it's also time for workings associated with banishing and letting go. Once the moon reaches the peak of energy, full moon, right? It slowly begins to wane, right? So in it is that's the opportunity to release everything that inhibits your personal growth. This could be thoughts, people, or emotions, anything that doesn't support or align with your higher self and purpose. This release of lunar energy provides the energetic boost needed for spells and rituals and any other workings that require a decrease of energy, right? So, yeah, somebody felt like they had a God complex and wanted to project that onto somebody. So somebody's moon could be in your sign. Somebody has a God complex, wanted to compete and compare with you. Like, here we had the high priest, right? This speaks to second house, right? So second house is all about personal resources, money habits, possessions, values, financial security, self-worth, um, income. So someone wanted to make you feel worthless, whoever you are, by entering you into some kind of an invisible competition, or who knows, by blindsiding somebody, thinking it's all fun and games, but it wasn't fun because somebody was in a very poisonous environment, very poisonous environment. And see all of these cups on the table right here? This could have been a lot of drinking going around, and who knows what was in the drink. If somebody needed some help, somebody needed help, somebody needed saving, somebody needed somebody walked by, somebody could have walked by. Um, somebody could have walked by with some coconut water or some water or something. Like somebody needed some water. Here we have the Eight of Swords here. And so some energies were saying something was in somebody's mind, like somebody's mind was restricted, or something was like maybe somebody was mentally off or trying to pretend like somebody's mind was crazy or whatever. But here's the 4 and 5 is 9. Something has ended. Something is now ended. What Source is trying to say is this time to link up with energies who keep people enlightened and get away from energies who keep people in the dark. This is long and short of the whole reading. Get away from people who keep people in the dark, um, and get connected to people who enlighten people. That's really the long and short of the reading. So along the lines of purpose, direction, and growth, what is Aries' next step on the path to fulfilling Aries' higher purpose? Yeah, somebody's this could have like a lot of drinking going on. Somebody could have put something in someone's drink. I don't know. Again, you're trying to, like I said, when you're purging, that's Ophiuchus, between Scorpio, the moon in Scorpio, and the moon in Ophiuchus. That's a time of purging, right? So the scales from somebody's eyes have been removed about something. It makes no sense to even try to compare yourself to somebody. That is a complete and total waste of energy to try to compare yourself to somebody else. That's somebody shouldn't be having those conversations. Whose face is the prettiest? Like it's something. Who is the better this? Who is the better that? Like at some point, it's like, okay, come on now, do the mirror work. This is mirror work. Do the mirror work. Take off the blindfolds. Do the mirror work. And two energies have blindsided somebody because they were trying to call someone's ending behind people's ending behind closed doors. They feel like somebody was not going to come back. Um, yeah, the judgment is coming down. Judgment is coming down on some energies who were absolutely obsessed. Were obsessed with this, you know, who looks the best. I mean, it happens to be with this particular deck here, like who looks the best, who is the slimmest, or the this or that, or the who. I mean, I don't even, I can't even describe it because it don't even make any sense to me. Honestly, looking at the cards, it just, I don't even have the words. Honestly, I really don't. I don't have the words. Somebody can make up some words. Anyway, it just don't even make sense. Anyway, so where is the universe guiding Aries to take a leap of faith? Yeah, when some people start talking about who looks better than somebody else, somebody should just end the conversation for real. Yeah. You need to, somebody need to take notes and get, get on your boat with your ancestors and move on. Like for real. That don't even, because that's what two types of energies love to talk about. All they sit around and do is talk. That just sounds, something about the conversation at some point should just sound like, hmm, I don't know. It's other things to talk about. Other things to talk about. That's something that somebody, like I said, get in the boat, move on, get away from the shady conversation, and never come back. Never come back. Somebody was totally blindsided by some energies who were saying like some really disrespectful things, all being controlled by a master manipulator and looking for somebody to save them. But they had to learn how to save themselves. But again, somebody had to learn, somebody intervened by whoever, high vibrational. They went right in straight to prayer, straight into prayer warrior mode. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so here's a something about the 11th house. Started praying for clarity around friendships, community, goals, hopes, awareness, humanitarianism, technology, the future. Start praying for people's future, like went straight into praying that somebody can see how something is going to affect someone's future. Start praying over the 11th house. Like, okay, these energies are trying to use something, trying to get something, to use something against someone's future. They're trying to use something to create something, to film something, to record something, to something to use against someone's future, behind someone's back. Here we have the Dame of Pentacles here. Using music, dancing, all of this other stuff that kind of, because again, that's the vibration of sound. So Source is trying to help somebody to learn how to align yourself with people who are adding some kind of clarity. This could help someone's teenagers. This could help someone's wife, husband, partner, whatever. You want to be around people. This is where making connections, all that separatism. I don't talk to this group of people. I don't talk to that group of people. That needs to go flying out of the window somewhere for real, because the that could save somebody's life. I don't get along with this group of people. I don't get along with that group of people. That needs to go out of the window. And that's not judging anybody, but I'm just saying this right here is very, very real. We keep seeing reports of people thinking that people are people's friends. They going on trips and stuff with people and out of the country, and then somebody don't come back because they thought these energies were their friends. Or they go to somebody's house, they thought somebody was their friends, but they recorded something, had somebody drink some stuff, table filled with all of this. Here, drink this. All of these cups have filled. Somebody looking for somebody to save somebody, and somebody just happened to. That's not even by coincidence that somebody just happened to, come by. So that's what Source is trying to tell somebody, is like somebody was trying to get some kind of footage or something, you know. People are trying to, yeah. So yeah, some kind of family was involved in something, trying to bring judgment down on energies. Here's the Princess of Pentacles here. Somebody thought somebody was sitting pretty or handsome or whatever. So Source is really trying to help somebody live a softer life in every area of their lives. As we talk about the Seven of Cups, the moment you hear somebody think that they look better or somebody comparing, competing, all that, stop the conversation. Just end it. Okay, Source, we're talking about seventh house. Okay. Even if this energy is by enemy, as in Aries or first house, I'm going straight into prayer mode. What is the purpose of this? Why is this energy trying to distract me? Because the Seven of Cups in the minor arcana, devil is in the details. You see the snake slithering away, right? Okay, there's a greater meaning to it. If the devil is the author of confusion, and that's what Source is trying to say, I need to go directly to the creator, God, higher power for clarity, right? So if I'm going to God for clarity, why is this energy all of a sudden? How you started number seven? What happened to the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Three of Cups, four, five, six of Cups before you get to Seven of Cups? Why all of a sudden you just compete? Why are we talking at the Seven of Cups? Somebody had to go in straight in and go straight into prayer warrior mode in the spiritual realm. Because if you go in the physical realm, then you could be anything could have happened, ambush, right? Somebody needed a leash. Like, so somebody was waiting to put somebody into some kind of, like I said, survival mode, right? Some energies were waiting to put somebody in survival mode. And that was the whole purpose. They created something to put somebody in survival mode. That is why Source is saying somebody is, when I see snake on the card, when somebody is trying to teach some people how to start reading between the lines. So if your adult kids, teenagers or whatever call you and they just start off top, start talking out the side of their neck, just started number seven. They haven't even started at Ace of Cups. They started the beginning of something. If they sound different, this is what I'm trying to tell somebody. They sound different than they usually sound. And they can't tell you exactly what's going on. That is the power of being a prayer warrior. Go right into prayer. Okay, Source, I don't know what that is, but I'm getting ready to just go pray. I got 2 seconds to pray. Source, show me what I'm not seeing. And I know you all say Aries, and even my cross watchers who is very in tune with your first house, Aries, or wherever Aries is in your birth chart, that you have little to no patience. Source will get the answer to you lightning fast. Okay, you right there on the phone. If you're on the phone, or like if you get a text message or whatever, and words are misspelled or whatever, Source is going to get it to you in a way that you best understand. That's why I always say in my reading, we are not each other's gods. You can pretend, people can pretend like that all day long, but we're not. Source will get it to you in a way that you best understand, that you better understand. But there was a family that's behind this that had money, and somebody was looking to be accepted into something, right? They were looking to be accepted into something having to do with trees, growing something. Somebody wanted to be accepted into something. So somebody was just waiting to unleash. See this lion here? Somebody was waiting to unleash something on you or possibly somebody else. So Source say, do not get distracted, because the devil is always in the details. Somebody has to do not get distracted by somebody comparing you to somebody else. Forget all of that. That's elementary school. That's what between the ages of 8 years old and 14. Okay, somebody bypass all of that in band camp. Forget all of that. Okay, somebody play the clarinet or the flute better than you do. Okay, you got beyond all of that. Somebody was obsessed. Somebody was obsessed with creating something. Obsessed with creating something. So here's the Seven of Swords here. Somebody was obsessed with creating something. So something is closed out. Something is now closed out. So I'm seeing again, first house. Yeah. So here's the Seven of Swords here. Seven and three is 10. Third house, something around third house is early education, intelligence. Here we have the sibling interaction, logic, reason, communication skills, short trips, hobbies. So this could be somebody that you took short trips with, or this could be a sibling of yours, or like a sibling of yours, that played some kind of role in, or some like a sibling. Like the number three kept coming out. Number three kept coming out. It's like when I said three, like people comparing each other. Like it could have been like you and two other people. Like people keep saying like who looks the best or whatever. Like it was a beauty pageant or something, or if it was a man, whatever that's called, a handsome pageant. What is it called for men? I don't know. Somebody correct me. Um, Whatever it was, it just didn't make any sense. Like it to even compare who's the, I don't know. Anyway, um, somebody was trying to make you look like you see that sword in somebody's hand. Somebody had to get outside and get up under the sunlight, to wash away all of something. So whoever you are, somebody feels like you are a great parent. Whoever, you could be a man or woman, it doesn't really matter, but somebody feels like you're a great parent. So there's two energies now who the same fate that they wanted for you behind closed doors, they are struggling behind closed doors. Whoever these energies are, they wanted that for you, they're struggling behind closed doors. Whoever these energies are, I don't know who they are, I'm just reading the cards, that's it. So, along the lines of freedom, travel, and exploration, so how can Aries invite more freedom and adventure into their lives? But yeah, anytime somebody, I can't reiterate this enough, and I don't want to keep, you know, reiterating this, but anytime somebody starts going in with this comparison, like it's somebody projecting something, like somebody is projecting their feelings of low self-worth. They're trying to chain you to something. Two energies are trying to chain you to something. We're talking about the eighth house here. Something around eighth house is around renewal or sexuality or death, transformation, shared finances, inheritance, loans, the occult, mystery, intimacy. So somebody could be trying to chain you to some kind of secret knowledge about something. From my eighth house right here. So they may be saying something to you like secret. They're trying to talk to you almost in code by being disrespectful to you, almost like saying, argue with me, like force me to say something to you, like force me to talk to you long something. I mean, of course, this is a reading, so but somebody could have been trying to say, well, force me to like say something to you or whatever. But you, again, if you're high vibrational, you would have gone right into prayer mode. You would have gone straight into prayer mode. So here we had the wheel of the year. So I feel like somebody was on top of something. Somebody was on top of something. Somebody was on top of something. Yeah, energy that people were saying was the princess was on top of something. Yeah, two karmics, because something for the two energies, they work 8 hours, but for them, all about money. Somebody named DJ could be significant in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Um, or somebody could DJ at a restaurant or at a club or something like that, or a DJ, something around money. But somebody could have been looking for like multiple streams of income to kind of sort of make up money, or working several jobs. We had a Dame of Swords and also the Ace of Cups, trying to create, something that they can like protect. Um, like somebody could have been a dancer. Somebody may have been trying to create something like, trying to create something that they could, protect in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But yeah, somebody went into, like I said, prayer warrior mode. But the main thing in your whole reading, and this is the end of your reading here, is to align yourself with people who keep you enlightened. Forget all of the who looks better than whom and who has the more this, most this and that. First red flag, pray and meditate. Somebody failed at stealing your identity, and that's what this was. Somebody may have taken your identity like in the physical realm. And somebody may have been trying to tell you that somebody have physically taken your identity. So it's time to do the mirror work. Love yourself when you look in the mirror. Dance around your home as if no one is watching. Time to ground yourself, right? Don't forget that rest is a form of self-care. Source keeps trying to bring people into a softer life. He's trying to bring people into a softer life and leave all of this who looks better behind. Leave that back in. What's grade between the ages of 8 years old and 4? I don't even know what grade that is. Whatever grade that is, somebody should bend past all of it, especially if you're watching this video. You see me sneaking watching tarot anyway. But step through the portal. Step through the portal. Something is not as deep as you think it is, because something, like I said, when you got prayer warriors that's picking up on the vibration of sound, that use their time to go into their shell to create. They're also picking up on, like I said, fine-tuned ear, picking up on the vibration of sound. Like if somebody's voice is trembling, or if somebody's voice doesn't sound like they're inebriated, or they sound like something sounds off, they go right into prayer warrior mode. Um, Not in rush mode, impatience mode. You can tell by certain words that people are using who they're around. It's like, okay, they sound like they're around certain people. They sound like they're around certain inner, they don't even, they don't usually even talk like that. Angel Gabriel, the messenger of God, is with you. Your gifts have increased. Yeah, that's what somebody is almost like, I feel like somebody was almost ashamed of their gifts. That's what I'm picking up here in the cards. Yeah, somebody's a succubus energy. Yeah. Your bitter ex's lover wants you, whatever that means. It's time to start dating again for somebody. Yeah, so somebody may get ready to start dating again. But yeah, somebody has a bitter ex and their lover wants you. Ciao. That sounds like a drama series all into itself. So whatever. But make a list of pros and cons. But yeah, somebody's getting ready to start dating again. But yeah, when you got energies around you comparing you to somebody, that conversation needs to end before it even really starts. Stop. In the name of love. No. But you know what I'm saying? Really, just stop. That's elementary school. Nope. Yeah. So somebody definitely has, the mother of C's um, connection, right? Yeah, somebody could have been dating someone who was trying to make you feel some kind of way, like, you could have been dating someone, but I feel like you're getting ready to stop dating energies like that. If you're dating somebody who is trying to make you, because you're trying to see something from a higher frequency, how like somebody was playing games, like trying to keep you away from someone. Here we have the Hierophant card. And again, trying to devalue you. Two energies were trying to devalue you, trying to devalue you and someone else, because if they knew you and somebody got together and started talking and started comparing notes, it's like, oh, mm-hmm. Personal resources, money habits, possessions, values, financial security, self-worth, income. Start just talking about those subject matters. Right here we have the Queen of Swords here. Again, something was affecting your health, your work habits, your daily routines, your fitness, your pets, your service to others, your diet. your spiritual practices, but now somebody's getting ready to start paying attention, like really, really paying attention to when energies are bringing confusion. Bringing confusion. Yeah, somebody, whoever this was, somebody could have been dating somebody in your personal or your professional life that was always talking this comparison conversation with you. Um, about, but that, like I said, that's like I said, that's the enemy. Trying to get in somebody's head, um, trying to keep a bunch of confusion going on for a reason because they were getting their wishes fulfilled or something, and somebody just happened to walk by. Somebody just happened to walk by. hmm and see something. Yeah, but your patience level is getting ready to, you're about to slow down because if you want to live a softer life, you're going to have to learn how to slow down. So, expansiveness, eternity is far more creative than the rigid, constrained, and exhausted ego. Yeah, somebody's getting ready to slow down and get, I mean, really, really, something is increasing your prayer life. Something is increasing your prayer life. The spirit of love. So somebody may be spending more time in nature. So don't search for true love. I see somebody have love in their life coming across your path, or it will find you. Just hold on to who you are. The world already loves your essence, so don't change it for anyone. So somebody maybe, I don't know, maybe you're outside, relaxing, something, your energy is very attractive. So you want to keep your vibrations high and leave the distractions behind. Because source is trying to get somebody prepared for the right energy to come across your path. No rushing into something. And this is like this wheel of the year for somebody. Source is trying to get somebody stronger and learning how to be more in your feminine energy, divine feminine energy. I'm talking about men and women, Aries, or first house, right? So source is trying to create a softer life. And I'm talking to men and women. So I know hopefully some men are not. What do you mean softer life? Right? Or even some women, like don't be so hard, don't be so in your masculine energy because you're ruled by a masculine planet, right? So don't be such in your masculine energy that, if you date men, they'll be like, okay, she looked like she can bench press more than me. No, just kidding. But you know what I'm saying? Like Source is saying to you, like it's at a healthy balance is what Source is saying, so that's what Source is trying to tell you is like healthy balance. It doesn't really matter who you date. There's no judgment. A point to you is Source saying make a list of pros and cons. Somebody's trying to live a softer life. A lot of your wishes are being fulfilled here. And you carry a lot of gifts. You inherited a lot of spiritual gifts. And so Source is like, you are exactly who somebody prayed for. Like, so being connected to people whose head is not screwed on straight and they just want to compare you to somebody else and all of this and try to make you feel jealous later for them. Here we have inner strength. Don't lose yourself in things that you can't change. Focus on the things that you can change, like your attitude, mindset, and energy. You've got everything you need. Yeah. Somebody, I mean, whoever this energy is coming across your path, you're perfect. Y'all are perfect for each other. They won't even be comparing you with somebody. Listen, they're not coming to save you, but I'm telling you, it's going to be exactly what somebody prayed for. Whoever this energy was, somebody was a copycat in your life. They really wanted, yeah, spirit of life. I feel like who is this? Yeah. I just can't. I mean, there's only one you. But here we have spirit of life. Remember, you are never alone. The spirit of life is with you. The world takes care of you. Allow yourself to rest in this realization and feel the lightness in you. Right. So yeah, blow the trumpet for real. I mean, something about your energy is, whoever you are, man or woman, it doesn't really matter. Is um, very unique. For somebody, it feels like something that like the first time someone's ever encountered someone like you, whoever you are. I don't know who you are, but something about your energy, like it's something that um you're something of some like you're exactly what somebody prayed for. You'll know. Somebody will know. It won't be anything like what somebody had before where people were comparing, like you felt like, okay, here we go again. This person has wandering eyes. They're competing, you comparing. And it wasn't even you weren't even insecure. It just wasn't a good match. That's what's helping somebody close out a cycle in love. Something just was not a good match in love. So that's why here we have remember who you are. You carry stardust in your bones, your ancestors' wisdom in your blood, the whole universe in your soul. Know yourself and nothing will bring you down. I mean, for real, something is over. Something is over. Like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, something is over. But something is working out. Yeah, something is working out for you, whoever you are. Um, whoever you are, something is working out for you. But yeah, I don't see somebody going backwards to any. You're not. You're definitely not going back to this. Who's comparing somebody to somebody else? Like, nope, no. Yeah, so I feel like you're dancing around your home as if no one is. Yeah, somebody was trying to. mm, It's a very interesting reading because you got a lot of things coming out in your reading. Yeah, but something is not as deep as you think it is because again, you might have prayer warriors around them. Yeah, expansiveness. But that's what I have for you. Yeah, so like I said before, that's why I put the bonus video for Ophiuchus up so somebody could just realize just like you can't be copied. I mean, whoever you are, people could try to look like you, they could try to do what you do, whatever you do. I mean, I don't know what kind of work people do. I don't know, but yeah, yeah. You're the person that's perfect for you is either already in your life or they're coming along. They're coming across your path, and it's going to make so much sense. Like why you should have been in softer energy, man or woman, it doesn't really matter. Somebody should have just like, okay, I'm gonna learn how to be patient. I'm gonna wait for the right one to come along because this is perfect for you. Something is perfect for you coming along. So yeah, so don't hide. So dare to dream big. Remind yourself that everything is possible. Don't hide your talents and abilities, but use them to build your world. Yep. That's what I have for somebody. But yeah, somebody is definitely not going backwards to like, this is nice. All right, that's what I have for you. So again, I'm talking to your first house. Your sun, moon, rising, and Venus don't have to be Aries. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. Just so we're crystal clear. First house again is about your personality. Somebody coming along is perfect for your personality. You're perfect for theirs. You're perfect for their temperament. They're perfect for your, perfect appearance. You look exactly how they imagine you would look. Vice versa. Um, as far as self-image, same thing. Perfect for each other. First impression, you're exactly what, like it's gonna be a lasting impression for you and them. self-awareness, outlook on life. It's just gonna be like, okay, you met them in another lifetime. That's what it's gonna feel like. Like y'all met each other in another life. This is a judgment card right here. Right. So something in your spirit, and I'm gonna go ahead and close this out, is gonna almost make you feel like you want to rush, but because you've gone down rushing in the past, it's going to almost, for some of you all, it's going to almost scare you. Like, okay, don't want to rush because you want to make sure something is right. So, yeah, you want to make sure something is right. So, congratulations to somebody. But yeah, you want to simplify life. Yeah, so life is meant to be simple and easy. Don't let superficial energies distract you from your true essence. Simplicity and purity will lift your spirit. Yep. Yep. So, that is what I have for you. That is what I have for you. Hopefully, this is extremely helpful to somebody. But yeah, somebody is like I said, I'm seeing very positive energy in your reading here. But I feel like somebody is just almost ashamed of their gifts. That's what I was picking up on. Like, this is an inherited gift. This is a generational gift. You learn how to rise above the judgment of other energies. So that's what I have for you. Bye.